For today's project, I want to draw a mushroom, but before we get started with this, I want to tell you about an art contest that's coming up pretty soon, and it's really important. So here's that announcement, and then we'll get started with the project.
Greetings. I hope that you are well, and I hope that you're doing well with your schoolwork. I'm in a room by myself, so I'm going to remove my mask. There's an art contest coming up in the spring of this year. It's the Virginia School Board Association contest. Students all across the state have the opportunity to enter this contest every year. It's not hard to get involved. You can draw anything you wish. You just need to create a picture. Make sure that it's neat and make sure that it's completely colored.
And work with any kind of art material you choose. Crayons, color pencils, pastels. These are pastel pencils in particular, but they also make them in rectangular blocks. Markers, but you've got to be careful with markers. They're very bold. Put your markers on the smaller things or on the objects themselves, and then use something lighter in the background, like colored pencils perhaps. Charcoal. You can make great black and white charcoal drawings if you know how to do some shading. That could make a nice picture. Watercolors, or you could even do a painting in acrylics or oils, but you would need adult supervision with the oils. Alright, so you got plenty to choose from.
If you want to base your picture on one of the projects we've done this year, that will be fine. Almost all of the art projects are on my YouTube channel. It's Art Class with Mr. Seabolt. You can find the videos there if you need them. If you win, your picture will go on display for a year. There's also a permission form that needs to be filled out. A parent or guardian will have to do that. The permission form is also the entry form. I included that form in the same email that I sent the link for this video. I will need your entry by the last week of March. I hope you decide to participate, and if you have any questions, just send me an email. That's all for now, and I hope to see you soon.
For this project, I want to draw a mushroom. Now here's one I've been working on, and I want you to notice when I color how that I try to keep the strokes running in a pattern. In this case, I just follow the curve for the rainbow. Now I'm not going to draw the rainbow on camera, but if you want to add one, you can, and I'll put the colors up for that pattern. It's red at the top, then orange, followed by yellow and green. Then you have blue, indigo, and you end up with violet. And we call that the Roy G. Biv rainbow, by the way. But I want to focus on the mushroom. And I love this type of picture because you can be so creative. You don't have to follow what I've done, but I put a door in that and some windows. You could have some characters on the ground. Or since St. Patrick's Day is nearby, you could put some shamrocks on here. Or for St. Patrick's Day, for example, you could put some shamrocks on there, or some other symbol of another special day. Alright, when I color large areas like the sky, I just want you to see that I really take my time and I try to keep the pattern flat. And I don't move the crayon a lot. I just color a little bit at a time. I find that it's easier to control that way, and when I get near a line, I just slow down because I want this to be neat. If you ever enter a competition, some kind of art competition, and your picture is really neat, and there are others that are really great pictures but they're not neat, yours would have a really great advantage because neatness is attractive. So there's an example. Now let's get started with the drawing, and you can turn your paper either way. I like mine in the landscape direction because it gives me more room to add things on the side. Alright, I'm going to start by drawing the stem of the rainbow, this like this, I'll put two lines and get those the distance apart that I want them to be, and then I'll angle them out. So I'm going to go just a little bit below the middle. I think I'll use my fingers for measurement. Right there. I'll darken those in so you can see them better. And I'm just going to drop down. Now I'm looking at where that is and at the bottom of the paper. I don't want to come off the bottom, so I'm going to make a little mark down here, not to come down any further than that, because I want to show some of the foreground. And the foreground is the stuff that appears to be closer, the background further away, and there's typically some kind of line or obvious area that divides the two. Not always, but usually. Alright, I'm going to come down like this on both sides, and I'm just going to make them match the best I can. It doesn't have to be perfectly symmetrical, but if it is, it won't hurt it. Swing these out like this so that it's a little wider at the bottom. And you can just make a smooth bottom like I did with this one, or you can make it not so smooth like it's sitting on a ground area that's not smooth. I'm going to make mine smooth. Now I'll come back and do the other things later. That's very, very wide at the top, and I can't do anything about it because I'm working with the pen. I don't recommend you ever work with an ink pen because you can't make changes. The only reason I do it is because it's easier to see on camera. Alright, now for the top. Leave plenty of room up here. Alright, I'm going to just put a line like this across the top, but I'm not going to let it hook on or touch anything. I'm going to figure out how far I'm going to go out, and then I'm going to loop that. I'll show you with my finger. I'm coming out, I'm going to loop, and I'm going to come back, but I want to hit on this stalk right maybe in there somewhere on both sides. And I'm going to come in about this far, and I'm going to go out about that far, so I'll go ahead and do that. I can start this line, and I can take this one out and then bend it around. And if you don't get exactly straight back on it, you can erase and make that a little bit better. I can't erase. But you know, I could switch to my 0.7 pencil, and then I could sketch this very lightly, and anything that I didn't like could be easily fixed. So I like to draw very lightly at first because it's easy to correct or to change. Maybe it's not a correction. Maybe I just decided, well, I want it different. I'm going to change it. Sometimes I get an idea and then I put it on paper and it doesn't look quite like I hoped. No problem. I just change it. Now I'm going to go across the top like this. And again, this may not be a smooth line on a real one, but this is art, so we're going to make it suit our purpose. The mushroom could be many different shapes, but they're all basically the same shape, just a curved line over top of this. And so you could just put a curved line just like that, and that would work. But I'm going to make mine hook on. I'm going to follow this line right like that, and follow this line over here right like that, and then I'm going to come across. I'm going to do that with a pencil because I want to see that before I darken it. Once I ink that, that's it. So I'm going to do this with pencil, and then I can check it and see if it's what I want. I think that will work, but I might want this to I'm just letting you see me work through the process. Yeah, I like that better. I didn't want it just to sit over top like a circle. I wanted it a little more rounded. Now, if you're going to do a rainbow, you may not have enough room for a great big rainbow. Like, I put a great big one, but the mushroom blocks a lot of it. And if you're not going to do the rainbow, then no worries. Alright, we're not doing too badly. We're in good shape on time. I am going to go ahead and darken this now. And even when I darken it, sometimes I change it a little bit. But I think this looks okay. Good work takes time. Now you can see underneath these lines, and in the past when I've run this project with students, this seems to be confusing. So don't let it be confusing. Just hook on to this and go out. But when you go out, change the angle. Change the angle. Just stretch those out. And these get curved as I go out through here. Okay, so now we're getting into an area where we're going to have to stretch that line way on out. Just watch that spacing in there. They don't have to be exactly the same. And I even have some students that just go across. Well, it looks like a ladder. It looks like a ladder with round sides. I guess it's okay because it's art and you can do anything you want, but I kind of like the pattern to be something like the object I'm drawing. And I don't know what to tell you. Just let your eyes tell you what to do. Just look and copy. It's okay to copy. That's how you learn. Then you can put a pattern on your mushroom if you want to. Now you don't have to. And when you color it, well, you can be creative on your coloring also. This is apricot with some just brown and black mixed in. I tried to put a little yellow on there, and that doesn't look too good to me. And then I'm going to put a couple things on the side here, and then I'll draw the background. Could go with 2 more mushrooms, and I'll let you be the one to decide. You can make smaller ones or put something else down there. I'm going to put a couple of shamrocks. So let me see. I'd like for them to be about the same size. So this is the smaller side. I think I'll start over here, and you can do something different. You can do something different. I'm going to draw something that's about like a heart, but I'm not going to bring it to a point. There are going to be 3 of those. Now the next one is going to go, I'm going to put the center line. The next one's going to go out this way, so I'm just going to have to put a center line here. It's going to go this way, so I'm going to go out and around and bring it back. These are extremely difficult to draw neatly because it's symmetrical and they're heart-shaped. And now you can measure. We can spend a long time and get these, probably shaped up pretty well. And again, I'm doing this with a pencil, so I've got some regrets. I've got lines I can't get rid of. And then I'm going to put a stem in like this. And the only hope I have is that when I color, these lines won't show up so much. I'm not so much worried about the lines being there as I am about these extra pieces, but that's what happens when you draw with a pen. Now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to do one much more quickly. And if you're using another object in there, or even not even doing this, that's fine. It's art, be creative, do what you want. And I have the advantage when I draw with a pencil that I can make some corrections. Alright, now, which one's better? Well, I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Okay, I'm going to put a line across here for the background, and you can follow me on this or just do your own. I like to make mine a little bit irregular, or maybe representing a hill. Flat's okay. I mean, flat would work. It leaves me room if I want to come in here like this and show something further away in the background. You could put just a big old sunset in here, or again, you could do the rainbows or just color it blue. Don't have to have any of that. Alright, for the patterns on the mushroom, if you're going to do them, just more or less randomly spaced little circles, maybe bigger ones, maybe smaller ones. And I've had some beautiful pictures turn out from this, from my students over the years. Alright, that's about it. I'm just going to put a little sun up in here. I'm not going to do the rainbow, but I'm going to put those colors across the bottom of the screen so that if you want to do the rainbow, you'll have the right color pattern. It's Roy G. Biv, and those are the first letters of the colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Alright, the rest is for you to be creative, to do whatever else to your picture you want. I am probably going to work here just for a minute, turn this into like a little house. I just love, the opportunity that I get when I do these creative thinking projects. Alright, there you go. I'll play you some music while I continue to draw, and hope it was fun.